Alpro has long been a pioneer in the field of sustainability. They have been providing delicious plant-based alternatives to dairy products since 1980. We're here today to find out about how they have embedded flexibility across all of their processes. Eugène, could you tell us how Alpro came to use the flexibility in its processes?
This journey started a long time ago, because before we can do flexibility, we first need the real estate to deal with that flexibility. So we started about 10 years ago with an ambition to become more green, not only in our products, but also in the consumption of energy on site. And we started with a so-called hot water smart grid. And nowadays we are reusing about 30 to 40% of our waste heat in our processes. But we moved on from there and we started to build combined heat power plants where we very efficiently burn gas to make electricity, hot water and steam. And nowadays we have 3 of these big engines. And now this allows us, with the energy prices being very high, to be on the flexibility market. Because one thing I didn't mention, we also have what we call hybrid boilers, where we can also make steam from electricity. So now we can actually choose, when the price is right, to buy electricity or even to sell electricity to the net based on the prices of electricity compared to the price of gas.
So it sounds like it was really part of your mindset from the beginning.
Yes, that happened many years ago when the company started, where it was really about making a product that is good for human consumption but also good for the planet. And basically, of course, part of that supply chain is the factory. And one of our biggest cost elements in the factory is the energy usage.
So Dominique, as the energy manager here at Alpro, you've really embedded flexibility in the provision of water, steam and electricity for the processes that happen here on site. Can you tell us a bit about that?
What we did, we have different methods to generate the utilities. Like to make steam, we have the possibility to make it with classical natural gas, we can make it with electricity. So that means we have a lot of possibilities to run and to change our demand. And with the possibilities there, we can, let's say, play on the market. If the electricity price is better, we can run our e-boilers. If the gas price is too expensive, we can also run the e-boilers. So that gives us a big opportunity. What is important is, of course, that the integration between all the utilities is really well known, and that's why we developed in many years a system that could help us to cope with all these different situations.
And could you tell us a bit about the system that exists that's been installed for that, the monitoring system?
We have a very important system, it's called WinCC, it's a SCADA system with all the real-time data that we achieve. We have a system that we also have a forecast of the future day-ahead prices, and depending on this forecast, we, let's say, calculate the strike price. The strike price is the break-even point between natural gas and electricity. So depending on this situation, we calculate the capacity that we need for the different assets. And based on that, we nominate a volume that we want to go to the market and say we will buy or sell that volume depending on the price. This data is automatically, let's say, connected with our WinCC, with our SCADA, and then used in our PLC programs to run really the nominated volumes the day after.
And I guess you would have worked quite closely with other partners to make this happen?
Yeah, we had a good experience with Next Kraftwerke for the last year on the R2 down market. We talked about our plans with them and they wanted to follow us, so we appointed them as a BRP, and we worked together with DATS, which is delivering the electricity, and we have a total new energy contract that we're working now on day-ahead prices, and we have a 1-year contract with these guys to see what is happening. But for the moment we have 2 months of re-running. We are very, very happy with the method and the forecast.
If you had one piece of advice for companies who are just starting out on this journey, what would that be?
Always take a leap of faith when it comes to investing in sustainability, because you can never predict what the energy prices will do. We never knew that the prices would be as high as they are today. But investing in greenness of your company will always pay back.
And could you put a number on that in real terms for us?
Well, if you look to a site like ours, we are really a huge site, so we use a lot of electricity and a lot of energy. If we would go back in time and would have said, no, we don't want this, we would have no reuse of energy, no flexibility possibilities. Our energy bill would be as high as 40 million euros this year, which is almost 30% of our complete budget. And now, with all the work that we've done, It's probably going to end up between 12 and 14 million, depending on, let's say, the flexibility prices this year. So it's a huge difference, and for many companies, it's basically what they need to survive.
And do you have any flexibility projects on the horizon?
Yes, and I think it will never stop because technology moves on, knowledge moves on. We also are now looking into new technologies like heat pumps, although they're not that new anymore. But heat pumps will allow us also to make our energy from more electrical sources rather than natural gas. And also these companies and our company should never forget, technology also moves on in the core processes. So we also try to make sure that we continue to look at how can we reduce the use of energy inside our factory, because basically that's the best thing to do. Reduce, reuse, and then you go to flexibility.
So it's really a marriage of efficiency and sustainability.
Exactly.
Just like for Alpro, providing the grid with flexibility could deliver multiple benefits for your company. Visit whatshappening.be to find out more.